Good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Welcome to Immersal Mapping Clinic. I think this is Mapping Clinic number 6 already. We are very happy to be back online with one of our mapping experts, Avais Hassan, who will be soon presenting you with some mapping stuff. We will start at 11 o'clock Finnish time, 10 o'clock Central European time, and of course, depending on where you are, it might be afternoon already. Avais will make his presentation, and we hope it will be helpful for you guys. And during the presentation, you can send your questions on the questions box in the webinar software, and we will of course be very happy to answer those at the end of the presentation. Yeah, so for those of you who are just now joining, welcome to Immersal Mapping Clinic. This is Mapping Clinic number 6 already. We are pretty much ready to start. I had a quick chat with Avais yesterday about what we want to do, what we want to talk about today. And since this is already Mapping Clinic number 6, and we kind of started from the beginning, I think it's a good time to refresh. So we'll talk a little bit about the basics, and then we will also go through sort of the workflow of what the map is then used for. So shortly, or in a simple way, Avais will go through the workflow, what you do with the map. What are the next steps in the creation of, for example, an AR experience. So I think we're pretty ready to start. I will give the floor to you, Avais. Go ahead.
Thank you, and good afternoon, and welcome to our mapping clinic number 6. So previously we have covered in our 5 mapping clinics how to map with smartphones, or what are best practices, and how to map, and then how to map with bigger industrial level scanners like BLK2GO, and then how to edit a map. For example, if you have created a map already, and for example, it's a huge railway station or a airport or a city scale map, and there are a few parts that are being updated, like renovated or something, or there are a few things that have been changed. So you don't have to scan the full map, so you can just add it. You can map a smaller area, you can crop that specific part, and you can stitch it in the new map, so your map will be updated. And real-time mapping, and then polycam pipeline, and then we discussed stationary scanners versus BLK2GO. That there were a lot of queries about the stationary scanner, that there were people who were surveying, and they wanted that data for Immersal. So we gave a detailed comparison that how those scanners work and how you can scan with BLK2GO. So it will help you make decision that should you go with stationary scanners or BLK2GO if you're mapping for bigger scale projects. Then in next mapping clinic, we discussed 360 cameras pipeline. For example, there are a lot of customers in Asia. They are using 360 cameras to map the locations. So we covered in detail that how you can use 360 camera pipeline and build maps with Immersal. And in last mapping clinic, we discussed our different use cases and how to map those places. For example, for stadium, you can use stadium for sports, for business events, for concerts, or there are a lot of there's a lot of stuff that you can do in the stadium. So stadium is the most famous use case. So we covered in detail that how you can map a stadium and what are the steps. And then railway station was a very complex example. For example, there are some use cases for railway stations or bigger airports, like users are not like going there every day. but it's hard to navigate from one point to another. So how you can map the complex structures and what are the things you should keep in mind. So we like discussed all of these topics previously. So sorry, I'm not in the share mode. Yeah. So we did covered all of these topics previously, and today we will show you, like previously those were all slides and that kind of stuff. So today we will just quickly show you the point of view of mapping, so that while I am mapping, I just did some screen recordings, so it will help you. It's just a quick throwback, and then workflow after mapping, that how you can import your maps to the Unity, and how you can build a project, how easy it is. Because like from last 5 mapping clinic, we have been covering about mapping. So this time we thought, okay, we will tell you a little bit of workflow also. Yeah. Yes. So so main steps are for visual positioning are like mapping, then localization and testing. That is your map robust? Like, is it can it localize pretty well? And then adding the AR layer. It could be navigation, minigame, historical moments, or 3D visualizations, or anything of your choice. Only imagination is the limit. If you can imagine something and you have capability to make it, we can provide you the tools to make it. Yes. So let's start with a very basic, like I just mapped a desk in my office. So this is the point of view that how you should map. For example, let me change the quality to good quality. For example, this is a desk. So if you can see, I went on to one side to get the perspective. I clicked first picture, second, moved to the second place, and I focused on the same object where I was looking at. I took a picture again, and this time I took 3 pictures to cover the whole point. Now, if you compare this point of view to our first one was from the right side of that object. So now, in this third image, we have covered, for example, that object from all 3.3 views. So it like creates a sense of 3D space right now, like that. And then for a broader point of view, like a bigger point of view, I moved back a step, and where I captured the last image, that's exactly the same point where I'm capturing the next image. I'm changing my position, but all of my images are connected to each other. Now step back again, and this time we have to take images from the far side. And then you can just write the name and submit it. So now this time you just focus on how it's done. I will not tweak anything. Let me change the speed if I can. Like each and every image is connected to each other, even though I am moving, but still my point of view is toward the same object that I took picture from the last point. So this is the simplest example that how you can map your table, or sorry, yeah. So how you can map your table, for example. So now let's move to the bigger example, mapping a room. This is also the point of view, so it will help you understand the point of view of the user who is mapping. Let me change the quality. So if you can see here that when I'm starting, I've started from one corner, so I know where I'm starting from. And I'm mapping far side of the room. And all the images are overlapping. Now I'm moving back a little bit. I'm changing my position And I'm focusing on the door because if you are trying to, create some kind of navigation for, let's say, for exit plans or going around. So yeah. So I am just moving there. Like most of the images are connected to each other and having some overlap. Now I am changing my position. That was too close to the door and there were very few feature points, so it showed it did not connect from the last image. But that's fine if there is like only one or two images that way. But walking away, almost covering each and every viewpoint where potential user can see. And then there's a fireplace. So, but basically these are the points where user can be like, literally looking to the camera. This is just an example for the like a living room or a drawing room or, lobby or something. So you can implement this technique in any bigger area. And you can focus on specific area. For example, in this area, I focus on that door and that fireplace more where I do most of the images. So you can choose few like hotspots where most of the user will be looking through the camera. So it will help you localize even much faster. So once you have mapped it, then next step is to localization to test how the map works. And yeah, as you can see, it is localizing the map, and localization looks pretty well, and all the feature points. Yeah. So these are the first two steps. And now I will show you the detailed workflow. First of all, once you have created a map, it will look something like that. For example, lobby 1 or lobby 2 or whatever you have created. And for this example, I will use my project. For example, for this indoor, because I could not record my indoor mapping because that was BLK to go. So in dashboard, it looks like that. For example, if you have mapped something with BLK to go, it will show something like that. You can just a point cloud to see that this is a huge structure, for example. This is the entrance door. There are some cafes, some shops. These are some globes, big globes. Yeah. So it will show something like that. So when you go to developers.immersal.com, you have to download two things. I will go with the simplest way, so you don't have to do much. So you can download these two things. For example, Immersal SDK samples. And okay, let's just download the zip. All right, and then you can go download Immersal SDK core. So you need these two things for the basic setup. So it will be downloaded just in a couple of seconds. Yep, they are downloaded now, and let's say, okay, downloaded. So these are the two things I downloaded. So I will just drag and drop to work for Schroeder. tutorial. So I know where are the files. Sorry. And now we have our project over here. So I will just go to the Unity Hub and I will open downloads, workflow tutorial, and this is the project I just extracted, this one, right? So you can name it whatever you want. Sorry, this one is open. Oh, sorry. I think there was one open project. Oh, this is demo effect, I guess. Sorry about that. Downloads. Yep, now it will work. Sometimes it happens when you are showing the live demo, things go corrupt or something happens. So I wanted to do it live, so you know that how easy it is to set up a project for the basics. Just ignore the errors because it usually shows that because we have not imported everything in there. So yeah, it can show that. And you need this Unity version 2022.3.10. If you don't have that, it will ask you to download. So you can just download and it will be much quicker to set up. No, usually it doesn't take that long to load, but I guess I'm sharing my screen and we're running a lot of apps. So but it's much quicker after that. And in the meantime, if you have any questions regarding the topics we already covered in our previous topics, you can just drop us a message. You can send me an email or ask us on Discord. So and ask in this webinar. So we will be happy to help you. Yes, let the project open. And let me tell you about something about the dashboard. So here we have all of the things we support. Everything is available in there. If you need any detailed documentation, we provide documentation, or Discord support is all already there, and all of your maps will be shown in here. And this is your user ID. This is your developer token. You're gonna need it soon. And yeah. And here, if you have like level 1 authority, so you can upload B2G for enterprise level. You can send maps to your friends, your class fellows or colleagues or whoever is working with you. Yeah, and then you can all share. You can make map public, align, stitch multiple maps together, and you can also edit the map. As I told you that we have already covered that you can edit the map. So you can edit a map, upload it, and yep. So now it has been opened. As you can see, there are a lot of errors. So what we will do is that we will go to assets, import package, custom package, and we will import that same file that we just downloaded right now, workflow, this file we just downloaded. We'll open it. Yep, and yep, import, and all errors would be gone. One thing you would have noted that it is right now Windows, Mac, Linux, so we will convert to iOS or Android. So it is much easier for you to understand. So all the errors are gone right now, right? And yeah, so now there are example things. For example, you can go to samples, and there are different things. For example, this one is content placement. You can Yeah, so when you open anything, it will ask you to import text mesh pro. So you can just import the essentials. It is good if you can do that. And no need to import the examples or extras. But if you are not familiar with it, then you can import the examples and have a look on that. Yes. And first thing first, I would change it to some other, like for example, I would change it to iOS. Switch platforms. So you can, if you are new to the Unity, we had a lot of visitor recently, and they were asking, okay, if someone is not familiar to the Unity, how to use it and stuff like that. So you can easily switch from one platform to another. So this is the best thing about Unity. You can change it to iOS, Android, or anything else. And I will be using content placement to tell you how to set up your scene. For example, this one. So I will include this one in build. If you are, for example, working on content placement and this, that is not selected, so it will not be included in your build. So you must have that scene selected that you are going to build or you are working on. Otherwise, you will not be able to open it in the app. So I will just place some content in it, right? So I will close this one. Sorry. Oh, what happened? We can change it to portrait. Yep. Sorry, this is something has happened, I guess. Yeah. So it went to Zoom. Okay. So as you can see here in the example scene, we have like 3 example maps set up. So you can place your maps in here. In the airspace, you can set up any airspace, and yeah. So for this example, I would just use the sample project, and I will tell you how you can import your own map. So as I told you that here, you can copy your token, and then you can go to your Immersal SDK, and you can just paste your developer token in here, and yeah, you're good to go. And then if you want to do it manually, you can just click on, for example, over here, you can click on sparse map and drag and drop in there. But I would recommend then you can use Immersal AR map downloader. So with this one, you can just copy, for example, I'm going to download this map. You can just copy the ID, go in there, paste it. Here you have AR space. So just select that one, and you can just download and set up. So you will be able to see the map in there. Sometimes it just needs a second to do it. So these are the maps. We can delete these maps. As you can see, our new map is here. This is the ID I just put to download the map. Look at 87868. So this is the ID visible right now. And I will just delete the samples from here. Delete it. And this map is not very super visible, so I will change the point cloud a little bit. For example, I will keep it here, and orange looks good. Otherwise, we can change the colors to make it more visible. Yeah. So as you can see, just like in the dashboard, you can see each and every thing that where it is. And if you want to, like, say, you can add anything you want. For example, in this one, I would just for the beginning, I would just drop a prefab of let's say diamond. So I would just drop a diamond in here, the child, and I would just place it to 1, 1. So it's a crowded area, so it should be visible, right? Yeah, it's on the ground level. You can duplicate it and place something in here, or you can, if you want to like add any kind of 3D models, you can just go to package manager, select my assets and refresh it, and it will show you all the assets. Here we can say, let's say, add a space fighter. Yeah, let's go. Okay, I will just import it, space fighter. And yeah, you can, like, if you have any, let's say, mini game already, you have purchased something, so you can just or any 3D model, like say dinosaur or anything else, so you can just download anything you want and just drag and drop in the scene, and you can go to the location and it should work. All right, so it looks like it's done. Yeah, we can see it here. And they also have a demo. Yeah, we'll always remember to save that scene. Okay, we're having a problem here. Yeah, sometimes it happens that some sections are going, so I will quickly fix it. Usually it depends on the package. For example, if you select a good package, it should not have this kind of issue, but I will just convert them to C, proceed, and yep, we have good textures now. So this is just an example. You can place anything, maybe just create some cube or some text or anything. So here we have 2 diamonds, and in between these diamonds, we can place a fighter jet, a spaceship. All right. So let's do it's too big. It's day 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Yeah, it makes sense. In a railway station, there is a space shuttle. It's funny, but yeah. So you can just like place anything, or maybe if you, let's say, if you don't want to place this one, you can just go there, 3D, maybe text. Yeah. So you can say, welcome to, sorry. Or it's just to, like, give you an idea that how you can just simply create a text. You can display any kind of text. You can do some localization. You can download anything from asset store and you can import that, or you can okay, maybe create a 3D cube. Yeah, so you can create a cube or anything. For example, if you're going to just test it, don't like import heavy objects or anything. Just create a cube and you look through the environment anywhere and it will localize perfectly. Yeah, so you can switch through, yeah, save the scene, build settings, and yeah, so you can build it for the iOS. For example, if you want to build it for the Android, you can just click here and switch platform. And let's say if you want to do it for the Magic Leap or other tools and first switch it to the Android. And then you should have downloaded Magic Leap. Yeah, Magic Leap Hub. Let me connect that. Yes. cable is not working, but yeah, but just to give you an idea. First of all, start device bridge. It will show here. You can connect it. Once it is connected, then you can go back to the Unity. Complete. Let's say you have 3 devices, for example. First, you have already built on the iOS. Then you can build on the Android. And once you have that Magic Leap device, you can slow run on device. Once you have connected through the device bridge using Magic Leap Hub. Yeah. So now our project has been converted to the Android. You can just select your Magic Leap device in here, and then you can just click build and run. If you're making for Android, you can just only build and then take the APK to your device. And if you are going to build it for Magic Leap, then Magic Leap device will be shown in here. And I don't know why mine is not showing. And then you can build and run for Magic Leap device, just build and run, and it should work. Yes, I hope it will be helpful. Yes. So if you have any other questions, if we got, I just wanted to cover the basics of it. So this is all set now. But if you want to go in details, you can send us an email and ask us, okay, just give us a detailed workflow, then we can give you that. And if you have any other questions or any other detail, for example, just like I covered the point of view of small desk and our room, and if you want to cover anything else, like for example, a bigger area, for example, railway station or a city block, and it makes sense to see the point of view video while mapping, or it's more helpful, then we'll be happy to help you. You can always send an email to support, or you can directly, if it's strictly regarding mapping, you can send an email to me. So we'll be happy to help. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Avais. That was excellent. I even learned a few things, even though I'm not expert. There are a few questions in the questions box. I can't judge if they are very specific, but yeah, if you can answer them now, then you'll answer them now, and if not, then we'll answer by email. The first one is, after you make a scan, what is the best way to line up existing geometry with the scan for occlusion?
Just hold on a second. So what's the first question?
Yeah, it was
how to like align one map to another. You can just go to the dashboard and you can align one map to another. If I can go back, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
you can do it manually. For example, in here, you can download multiple maps, and you know the connecting points. You can do it manually, or you can, for example, in this one, you can just select 2 maps. You can stitch maps. You can select a route map. It could be 1 or lobby 2, or give it a new map. For example, final lobby. Yeah, you will create a new map, and you can use that map ID for that. And if, for example, you have already made one map and you want to align it, you can use this align function. Yeah.
Okay. Then the next question is, can you show programmatic loading of maps? Programmatic.
Yes.
I don't know.
Programmatic. Okay. Yeah, we can cover this into our next mapping webinar. Sure.
Okay. Cool. Let's do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
And then there's one more question, which is, does the map automatically align with the ground, like 0, 0, 0, or do you have to adjust it by eye?
Well, it adjusts automatically. Like you download it and it will just create, for example, this one. You can see I did not touch any of the scales or any rotations or it. You can just click here, map downloader, and you put your ID and it will automatically be at the place. And but you have to adjust your contents. For example, your contents will usually be at 000. Then you can figure out through your map that at which place you want to, show your map.
Cool. That's excellent. Thank you, Avais. I don't see any other questions.
Yeah, if you want to go through in details of any of these topics or any point of view videos of a specific place or mapping, if it helps you, we will be happy to do that. And just like someone said that programmatic loading of maps or any other, like for example, Magic Leap detail video. Hopefully, I will show you. Right now, like it's hard to show you, like working with holding two devices, but I will connect with my colleague, and then both of us will be viewing each other at specific platform, and we can use a multiplayer sample maybe and look at each other through each other devices using an iPad, Android device, an iPhone, and a Magic Leap device, wearing a headset. So all of those devices will be merged together. So hopefully by the next mapping clinic, I will be able to show you. And yeah. So if you have any other, like, a specific kind of questions or specific requests, you can just ask us. We'll be happy to help.
Thank you, Avais. It was very good to point out this kind of multi-device support, because that's something that Immersal does and some of the competitors do not. So that's definitely something that can be very valuable in a project where people are experiencing the AR with different devices. Somebody has AR glasses available, but some of the people will maybe use smartphones. So it's excellent that this technology supports this kind of multi-device stuff, as you even showed on the Unity side, that you can just build the project in different formats, kind of for different devices. Cool.
Yeah, because it's very easy.
I don't see
to just
any...
switch between. Yeah. For example, just go to build settings. You can build a project with iOS, and with the same setting, you can just switch a project to Android. You can build it, and then in Android you can select different devices. If you have any connected devices, it will be shown in here. You can directly build it on your Android phone, or you can just build the APK. And if you have Magic Leap or any other device, it will be shown in here. But for Magic Leap, you don't forget to install this Magic Leap hub and connect the device to it. Yeah.
Exactly. Perfect. Good. I think this was a good introduction to the whole process of making this kind of AR experiences. We saw a little bit more than mapping this time. That was excellent. And now we have quite interesting topics coming up for the next mapping clinic as well, which Avais already a little bit mentioned. So looking forward to that one. Thank you, Avais. Thank you, everybody who joined. See you next time, hopefully.
All right. Have a great weekend, and thank you. Bye.
Exactly. Have a nice weekend. Bye.